What's good, everybody? Welcome in to the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and it's not even close. As my girl Allison in the chat says, morning, y'all. I bet she's from Texas or Louisiana or Florida. To the good people of Florida, stay safe, stay inside. If you don't watch the show, I had a couple of people text me, Coach, I can't watch the show. I said, it's okay. Be safe. Stay alive. All right? Now, speaking of staying alive, let's take a look at what we did on Wednesday. Kind of a light day at the brand. There's no football. There's no soccer. Thank God soccer's coming back. But 3-2, again, it's kind of a ho-hum day. But today is a very, very busy day at the brand. In addition to our morning show, the prop shop is open this afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Myself and Prop Stars, the best props bettor in America, in my opinion. Any question you want to ask for 30 minutes, it's open to you. Then tonight, of course, me and the boys, Thursday night football, Dolphins, Bengals, props, straight bets, VJM, the donkey parlay. We got it all for you tonight. But that's tonight. Let's do here and the now. Let's bring in the stars of the show. And we've got history being made this morning, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time ever with your boy on the show, let's welcome in. He's one of the great minds of SportsLine. He's one of the young great minds of SportsLine, and you're going to be seeing a lot of him. You can see him on the college football preview show. Jake Fettner, welcome to the Early Edge, sir.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Well, is that your excited voice? I'm
pumped. I'm pumped.
Oh, you're pumped. You're pumped. Give me one of these. Give me one of these.
Let's go.
There you go.
Let's make some money.
Hey,
I'm excited now. I'm excited. Let's go. Let's make some money.
Wait a second. Who is that?
This is Moose. He's a 3-year-old Bernedoodle. He's my
Moose.
Allie, can you give me a moose?
A what? A moose?
Yeah, I figured that was
Oh, then that leads right into Allie. Good morning, my dear.
Good morning. I'm happy to see someone else has another doodle. Now we have Mike, me, and Jake. So
we have 3 doodles on the show? Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Unless I'm missing any, but
no. I have a Yorkie poo. We've got all kinds of little dogs on the show. And cats. Sometimes somebody's going to have a guinea pig or something. AB, you look like a guy that would have like a guinea pig or a rabbit or something.
Well, I actually have a hawk that's sitting outside of my back porch. I'm not lying. I'll put the picture on Twitter. He just sits here, and he really takes care of all the rodents and everything out here in the backyard. So I don't mind him at all. Also, I want to give a shout-out to Aaron Judge. Congratulations. Your home run last night, you'll always remember that it cashed the Yankees team total over 3.5 for us. So that's just fantastic, Aaron. Congratulations, sir.
True story. This is a true story. One of my partners when I was at ESPN, Sarah Walsh is her name.
Yeah.
I worked with her forever, right? Her husband is a coach for the Blue Jays. He caught the ball. He caught the ball. And he gave it away. And she tweeted, I'm about to retire. And then when she realized he gave it away, she tweeted, thinking about my divorce. And it was actually kind of a funny thing on Twitter because they're saying it could go for 7 figures if it's auctioned off.
Well, let me also say this. It's interesting that people thought, like, the Blue Jays fan that missed it, right? And everybody's like, oh, this guy was going to get paid. The Yankees won't even pay Aaron Judge. They're not paying this guy. No.
That's hilarious and very, very true. All right, let's get into it. Storylines that could affect the betting lines today. And tonight, this was a game we circled on the calendar as potentially very, very important and really good. And I think that's what we're going to have. So, AB, start us off.
Yes, sir. So after we saw Joe Burrow and the Bengals, that horrific start where he had 4 interceptions in his first game, you take a look at what they've done in their last 2 since then, right? 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. But is that going to continue? I know we have some questions in regards to Tua Tagovailoa tonight in regards to his status and what the Dolphins are going to look like. But that defense is still stingy. And I'm fascinated to see how long that is going to last. And I may or may not have a play on that here in just a minute.
Oh, quite the tease, AB. Now, within that game tonight, we've got 2 quarterbacks that have really started to make a name for themselves. Joe Burrow, he's made it to a Super Bowl, and Tua would love to make it to a Super Bowl, but he's looked really good. What's his status? How healthy is he? But when you look a little deeper, Jake, we know that this goes back to college. Talk to me.
Exactly. So coming into 2020 season, there were a lot of teams tanking for Tua, but then Joe Burrow came out of nowhere to be the number 1 pick. For those big college football fans, this is a fun showdown between Alabama and LSU. So they met 2 times in college, and both teams got one of the victories. So this is a grudge match. In the 2 seasons as the starting quarterback at Alabama, Tua had just 2 losses. One of those was to Trevor Lawrence in Clemson, and the other was to Joe Burrow in LSU. In Joe Burrow's two seasons at LSU, he had just 3 losses, and one of those was to Tua. So this is a fun little grudge match.
And think about it for a second. When you're not expecting to lose, when you're not used to losing, that can permeate throughout the rest of the team. So we'll see what happens there tonight. Thank you, Jake, for that storyline. Now, Allie, out west here, there's been a lot of good storylines, but they're usually late for people on the East Coast. Tonight is no different. The Giants, low-key, against the Rockies, pretty good, no?
Yep. So the Giants have won 7 straight against the Rockies, and they've also covered the run line in 6 straight of these games. And then so I think it could be a little bit interesting tonight. I know the Rockies, they obviously really struggle on the road, but I would think that the Giants kind of continue that and put the Rockies down.
Think about what she just said, ladies and gentlemen. 6 games in a row on the run line. Not just winning the game, on the run line, which means they had to win by 2 every single time. Think about it. All right. We may have a play later today on Early Edge in 5 at 3:30 Eastern time on Thursdays, because the prop shop is at 4 Eastern time. Now, it's time to get to our board, because I am fired up for today. It's going to be a huge day at the brand. Kind of our NFL week starts today. But before we do that, we got to pay our pesky little bills. I mean, Jake does not work for free. So here's a word from one of our incredible partners. And we are back. All right, it is that time to look at our board. And we have one play from SportsLine. And if you're not a SportsLine member, what are you doing? I'll give you a solid, though. Use a promo code early. I'll give you 30 days for free. You get Al, you get Jake, you get AB. You get all my cappers, all my sims, all my analysis. You get it all for one low price of $0. There are no $1,000 rest of the baseball season plays. It's a deal. Now, we're going to go Vikings minus the 3 against the Saints. This is the London game on Sunday. Not a lot of people like to play it. Not us. We're not scared. Jameis Winston took a day off, but plans on playing on a day off in the NFL season. No. We'll take the Vikings minus the 3, minus the 110. Now, when I look at my cappers this morning, Jake, you might think that we don't put a lot of thought into this, but we put a ton of thought into it. Now, I can't put you in the maestro spot on day 1 with me. You've got to earn that. However, I would love, with the energy, with the smile, with the freshness, I would love for you to start us off. So, Jake Fettner, the floor is yours, sir.
So I'm playing Jalen Waddle over longest reception over 23.5 yards. He has a 40-plus yard reception in all 3 games this season. It sounds like he's healthy enough to go today. It sounds like Tua's healthy enough to go. Dating back to last season, Waddle has a reception of at least 24 yards in 7 of his last 8 games. That one game he didn't. Tua just threw for 100 yards against New England. I think he gets a 30-yard catch today. I like the over there.
All right, you can keep going. Rip out all 3 of your big plays today, please, sir.
I have 2 plays for tomorrow. I'm playing Boise State team total under 22.5. Boise is a total mess right now. They scored just 10 points they're against a bad UTEP team last week. They fired the offensive coordinator, and then their starting quarterback transferred. San Diego State has held Boise to 16 points and 13 points in the last 2 games. They just held a good Toledo team to 13 points. Boise's a total mess. Take the under there. Then my last play is Houston minus 145 money line tomorrow against Tulane. Houston was the AAC favorites heading into the year. They've struggled a little lately. Tulane had a great upset win against Kansas State, but then they followed it up with a loss to Southern Miss last week. Give me Houston.
All right, real quick.
Better team.
All right. I think they're the better team, too. I love this play. Now, chat question, Jake. On the spot. Glenn says, I'm torn on tonight's game, BYU or Utah State. Any thoughts there?
Yeah, so I was torn on that game, too. We have a slight lean in our model on BYU to cover the 24-point spread, but that's a little bit too much for me. I like BYU minus 7 in the first quarter. Utah State has really struggled in the first quarter. They've been outscored 58-13 in the first quarter this season. BYU usually starts fast. They're at home. I like BYU first quarter minus 7.
Boom. Glenn, you're welcome. That's what we do here on the Early Edge. Thank you. Little bonus pick from my man, Jake. Now, when I look at the rest of my board, I woke up this morning. I said, I might be doing a little handicapping myself. And one of my plays I looked down and, guess who's on it too, which made me feel great. So, Alabama, you're up next.
Okay, so today I'm going to take the Tigers on the money line at -135. Jonathan Heasley, he's made 2 starts this month versus the Tigers. One, he did go 7 innings with 2 earned runs, but his most recent, he gave up 7 earned runs in 4 innings. And honestly, I don't have a lot of good stuff to say about Eduardo Rodriguez, but I do think he's a little bit more of a consistent pitcher. And I think the Tigers just are a little bit more predictable, so I'd rather back them, especially considering they're on a 5-game win streak here. In the Royals, they've lost 7 of their last 8 away games, so I think I'm going to go with the Tigers.
If your mother used to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. It all comes back around, doesn't it, Allie? It all comes back around. I love the Tigers today. By the way, day baseball, several games during the day. Don't miss out. Don't tweet me at 4:30. Go, Coach, I missed the Tiger play. I'm telling you right now, day baseball. Now, I've got one play today. I am sick and tired of not playing teams that just continue to win. We thought the Guardians, once they clinched, they would back off. No, they continued to win. So we're going to ride the bandwagon until the wheels fall off. We're going to go Guardians. They're an underdog today at home, and I love them. If you'd care to play them on the run line, it's +1.5 and -175, a little juicy, but damn it, they just don't lose, and sometimes the juice is most definitely worth the squeeze. Now, AB, you came this morning, and I feel like you've got that game face on. I feel like you know today is a big day. You know that we got to get right back on the horse. So, sir, let me just get out of the way. You're up.
Yes, sir. As everybody knows, game days are pay days, baby, and that's what we mean to do. First off, we are going Joe Burrow over half an interception. You knew it was coming right from the storyline. All right. And look, this Miami Dolphins defense is stingy. Their defensive line will get after Joe Burrow, and especially if they're dealing with situations with Tua Tagovailoa in terms of even if he's going, but he doesn't quite look the same, their defense is going to look to bail them out. Joe Burrow's not going to have a lot of time tonight. Also pay attention, Joe Mixon receiving yards. We'll talk about that later in today, but that could be a good play. Burrow over half an interception. He's putting one up. Second, hey, here's a little secret for you. Bengals kicker, Evan McPherson. Yeah, he's made over 2 field goals or more in 11 straight games. We are going to take him over 1.5 field goals made today at -130 because not only that stat, but with the Bengals and their kicker, McPherson, he is good to go in any game script. If they're up big, they'll use him. If they're down, they'll use him. If the game is tight, they'll use him. And this man can go from 55 anywhere on the field. So take it. We're going to go Burrow over half an interception, McPherson over 1.5 field goals.
Oh, I love both of those plays so much. I thought for a second you had a video game running behind you. Now I realize it's CBS Sports HQ.
It is.
All right. Listen to Kelsey in the chat. Please pound that like button for me. I know I don't ask as much as I probably should, but it really helps the show grow, and I keep teasing you. But the construction is done. You can see how good the Wi-Fi is now. And as soon as we can reveal what's in there, you guys are going to be like, whoo, I'm going to have to turn my computer down a little bit longer in the morning, if you know what I mean. Think bigger, think longer, think more, think paramount. Whoa. What did I just say? What did I just say? All right, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap courtesy of Jake the Snake. By the way, in the chat, Jake Fettner is not Jake the Snake. We'll come up with a better nickname because we already have a Jake the Snake. He's our new producer, and you'll meet him soon enough. Don't worry about it. Alabama, she's on the Tigers' money line again. Day start, -135. Jake Fettner, he is on. By the way, that Tigers game starts at 1:10 p.m. Eastern time. Then Jake, 3 big plays here. Jalen Waddle, longest reception over 23.5. This dude is a beast, an absolute beast. Boise State, they stink. It was like watching a dentist pull teeth last week. We're going to feed into it. Team total under 22.5. Then the Houston Cougars money line -145. Then also, Jake said he likes BYU. First quarter, -7 if you feel so inclined. Now, AB, the quarterback whisperer. Joe Burrow over half an interception, +100. Evan McPherson, who is arguably best kicker in football, over 1.5 field goals. If you watch the Bengals offense this year, you know why we're making this play. Guardians money line from your boy. And then one play, Sunday morning, 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. It's an early game, and I'm here for it because I live on the West Coast. All right. With that being said, It's all the damage we can do. Do not forget, later today, special start time, early edge and 5 at 3:30 Eastern. The prop shop is open with Prop Stars at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Then we'll be back tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, me and the boys counting down to Thursday night football. So with that being said, and with Jake Fettner on the show for the first time today, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. Amy, Jake Fettner, Alabama, and of course, Jake the Snake on the ones and the twos. I am the coach. What? What? Is that moose ruining my flow? Damn, first time ever a dog has ruined my flow. But I'm here for it at the early edge. Good luck.